popcorn, I can almost taste it now. And it was, they put bacon grease on this popcorn and a little salt. It was the most fabulous thing as a child.
And actually, we couldn't go to the Roxy except on weekends. Younger kids. We all had to sit down front and have special seats with the adults in the back.
I am Joanne Mack, and I grew up in the Five Points area.
The Roxy Theater was the only African-American movie house in Denver when Abel Davis opened it on Welton Street in 1934. Most facilities in Denver were segregated, so blacks felt safer going to the Roxy rather than going downtown and sitting in the Crow's Nest, the area reserved for blacks in movie theaters.
They had amateur hours, as well as, of course, the movies. And it was just fun.
This was in World War II, and you had to put dark shades on your windows so the Japanese couldn't see where, you know, where the city was, where you were, so you wouldn't be bombed. And this is why my mother took me to the Roxy Theater.
The Roxy Theater is located at 26th and Welton in the Five Points neighborhood.
Everything that happened within 5 Points.
When the street light came on, you better be home.
5 Points was a community that served basically the black citizens' needs.
In the 1880s, this neighborhood was known as an elegant streetcar suburb. It boasted Denver's first park. Even then, 5 Points was known for its economic and cultural diversity.
I had been involved already with the 5 Points, you know, the business association, and I think just the energy of the 5 Points. We always considered it the heart of the city because of the diversity. My name is Rosalind Harris Jow. I'm the publisher of the Urban Spectrum newspaper.
My dad, Robert Evans, was a barber in just about every barber shop down here. And it was exciting to me. Every Saturday, you know, coming down here, cleaning up the barber shop. My name is Robert Evans. I'm an artist, and the 5 Points is my hood.
Perhaps some of that energy comes from the fact that 5 Points is in the shape of a star. In 1881, it was named for the five-way intersection of Welton Street, 27th Avenue, Washington Street, and 26th Street.
For the days when we laid tracks, they called us free. We broke our backs, then we faced the facts. We came for the railroad industry, a long ways from the south to this mile-high city.
With the completion of the Denver Pacific and Kansas Pacific railway lines, Denver became a major trade center for the West. European immigrants and newly freed slaves rushed to Denver to find work, and maybe their fortune in silver and gold.
Well, I was sent to Denver by the Union Pacific, and I went to work for the Union Pacific on June 27, 1936. That was the same day, that was a famous day, that's the day they put on the streamliners. I'm William H. Coker II. Coker Shoe and Hat Shop, 2645 Welton Street.
During the late 1890s and early 1900s, 5 Points developed into an African-American community. The 5 Points neighborhood was filled with many thriving black businesses in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. One example was Maxwell and Lawson Drugstore, which later became Radio Drugs.
We had two drugstores, the Radio Drugstore and the Atlas Drugstore. And behind the Atlas Drugstore, there was another place they called the Downbeat Inn. and kids used to gather there for hamburgers, malts, sodas, and things like that. We also had a lot of nice eating places in the Five Points area. I recall the Ritz Cab Company had a place called the Ritz Cafe.
My dad, he drove cab, Ritz Cab staff. He drove cab, plus he had his own cabs up there. My name is Doobie. I'm Vice President of the Sons of Darkness Motorcycle Club.
My name is George Morrison Jr., and I'm 77 years old.
The neighborhood of Five Points holds one of the country's largest annual Juneteenth celebrations, a commemoration of the release of enslaved people from bondage in Texas.
Well, one of the major reasons that I'm located in Five Points, I mentioned one mentor, but it's actually two that are institutions in terms of black economics. One was James Dr. Daddy-O Walker, and of course the other being Mr. Charles Cousins.
Charles Cousins spent his childhood and adult life watching and helping his father build his real estate business in the Points.
In 1911, he built a duplex at 2647 and 49 High Street. And at that time, blacks couldn't even live on High Street. Charles Cousins, 5 Points is my neighborhood.
Take a trip down Welton Street today, and you will still see businesses that have been there for years. Deep Rock Water, Zona's, Capri Chicken, the 715 Club, Joe's Shoe Shop, McGill's Barbershop, Charlene's House of Beauty, and Jordan's Barbecue Grills. All blending in with new businesses, night spots, and entrepreneurs.
My name's Brother Jeff, and I own Brother Jeff's Cultural Center and Cafe.
My name is Gerald Anderson, and I'm a local artist.
Jeff Campbell, Executive Director, Colorado Hip Hop Coalition. With the light rail and the new developments, the future for 5 Points is endless possibilities.
All of a sudden, it's become a vibrant, delicious, exciting neighborhood.
A vibrant addition to the 5 Points community is the African American Research Center. Books, periodicals, microfilm, personal collections, and audio and video materials will guide you through the rich and exciting history of African Americans in the Intermountain West. The first floor has books, CDs, DVDs, and periodicals for children and adults in English and Spanish, available to check out for your enjoyment. The Blair-Caldwell Library is your library.